Welcome back to Python RPA. In today's lesson, we will continue with our sample project using the free address book application. Let's get started. Let's continue our project. As the next step, we will make the bot a little more complex. We will do the following with the address book application. Let's delete all entries in the app first. We will go to the Tools section of the application, to the Import from CSV, then select the semicolon as a delimiter. Next, we will specify the file we want to import, which contains the list of customers. Press the Add All Source field in this order button and then press Import. As a result, we will have the data loaded into the application from the file. Well, let's remove the data from the app and then repeat these actions with the help of the bot. We will disconnect the last two cards from the bot since we do not need them in the current setting. Once the application is launched, we have to press the Tools button. We could do this with the help of computer vision. The CV click card. Press the Select button in the card, then press Capture. Select the Tools button and press Send. We next select the level of confidence. That is mandatory. Let's make it 0.9, which is standard. We can make it up to 1. The higher the level, the higher the accuracy. Now let's close the application and see how the bot works. The bot starts. As we can see, the application was launched and the bot pressed the button with the help of computer vision. We use this CV action card as an example. The CV actions cards are used only when there is no option available to use the desktop action activity cards, when we can't use selectors with the application we need. It is better not to use the CV activity cards in case, for example, the resolution on the screen changes. If this project is passed to a different computer where the resolution is different from the one where the button was captured, computer vision may not work. Computer vision requires precise match of the picture with the original image. Therefore, if the picture is partially closed or the scale of the picture changes, computer vision may not work. That is why it is recommended to use it in rare cases. We will use a different option. We will delete this CV click card. We will use the desktop actions activity cards. In our case, we first need to wait until the application launches. We will use the Wait for Selected to Appear activity card in order to wait for the application window. Let's return to the initial window of the free address book application. Click the Browse button on the activity card. We need to wait when the required button will be available. Press the Control button and click the button once it is highlighted. We check the Selector title field to see if it may change. The spot of the selector will remain unchanged. We therefore leave it as is and press the Submit button. Now the bot will wait until the application window appears. We specify the wait time, which is 30 seconds. The next activity card will be the desktop click card. Since we need to press the same button which we specified in the preceding card, we simply checkmark Inherit in the current card. This function will pass the button's parameters. After the Tools button is pressed, we need to press Export Import in the menu. We add another desktop click card. We do not specify the wait time since the change takes place instantly. Press Browse button on the card, press the Control button and click on the Export Import menu item. Check the title part of the selector since there is a testimonials element at the top right which may appear at times, and change the selector when check the part of the selector which refers to that element so that it may not interfere with the bot's work. We then press Submit. Once the export-import menu item is pressed, we need to press the Import Context from CSV button. We use another desktop click card. Press Browse on the card, press and hold Ctrl and click on the required element once it is highlighted. Check the selector, uncheck all items which contain the word Testimonials, and click Submit. In other words, we uncheck the selector items which may change when the application is running. Once the bot presses the Import Context from CSV button, the Import Context from CSV window will appear. Let's add the Wait for Selector to Appear activity card to wait for this window, since the application may run slow. It especially happens often with complex applications, so it is recommended to use this activity frequently. Press Browse and point the cursor to the delimiter field in the application, then press Submit. We then specify the 30-second wait time. Next, let's add another desktop click card. We use the inherit function here. Next, we have to select the semicolon as the delimiter in the menu. We add another desktop click activity card. Click the Browse button on the card, open the drop-down menu in the application first, then point the mouse to the semicolon menu item, press Ctrl, hold it, and click on the element once it is highlighted. Next, press the Submit button. Great, we have selected the semicolon. Now the bot has to press the Browse button in the application. We use another desktop click card. We can copy and paste the existing desktop click card by highlighting it. Click Browse on the card, select the Browse button in the application. We can use the Start Search button in the selector window to repeat the element search. Once the Browse button is pressed in the application, we wait until the File Explorer window appears. We use another Wait for Selector to Appear card. We will wait for the file name field to appear. We find this element and press Submit. Next, we set 30-second wait time. We add another desktop click card and use the inherit function in it. We next have to enter the file path into the file name field. We add the Enter Text card for this purpose. Copy the file path and add it in quotation marks in the text field of the card. Now, once we enter the file path, we need to add the Enter keystroke. We use the Enter keystrokes card for that purpose and add the word Enter to the keystroke field. Now, let's see how it all works. Let's close the application windows. And start the bot. The bot runs. The bot did just what we wanted it to do. Everything works great. To continue, we need to press the Add All Source field in this order button. We add another desktop click card, press Browse on the card, and select the required button in the application. Let's add another desktop click card and select the Import button, this time in the application. Now let's close the application windows and see how the bot runs. As we can see, there is one more action left, which is to understand that there is a pop-up window with an OK button and press the OK button. We will use wait for selector to appear activity card. We wait for the OK button this time. We select it with the card. Next, we use another desktop click card with the inherit function. As a reminder, we can move the project cards in the workspace by pressing and holding the space button on the keyboard. We can zoom in and out by using the mouse scroll wheel. Once the OK button is pressed, the bot will only have to press the close item on the menu. We add the desktop click card and select close in the application. We again uncheck select items which contain the word testimonials. Let's clear all data entries in the application. We close the application window. Let's see how the bot runs. The studio saves the project automatically. We can also save it manually. We start the bot. The bot runs. And we find an error. We forgot to set the wait time in the wait for selector to appear for the OK button card. We set it for 30 seconds this time and start the bot again. Excellent! This time the bot did just what we expected it to do. Now we can slightly improve the bot. Since we are expecting to run this bot on different computers, the file paths may not coincide. We will change the paths we have used so far with variables. We go to the Variables section, or we can create a configuration for that matter. Let's call it conf default and add a parameter called CSV path. We enter the name of the parameter and the path to the file. We press the Add Parameter icon. And we have to remember to make it a default parameter by checking the required checkbox. The parameter has been saved. Now, instead of the file path in the Enter Text card, we can use the configuration. We enter it in curly brackets, the CSV path name. We can also replace the application path. In the Run Application card. Let's copy it and add it as app path. Enter the name, paste the app path, press the Add icon to add the app path variable to configurations, and it is saved. Now let's add the app path name to the file path field in the Run Application card. Now the path to the application will be extracted from configuration data as well as the path to the CSV file. Also, so that our project gets closed, we will add the kill process card we created initially to the end of the project. We again enter the configuration variable name to the file path field. We'll leave the process name unchanged in the kill process card. Let's close the free address book application window and run the bot. The bot runs. The data import was successful. There is a 10-second delay at the end of the process. The bot will close the application afterwards, and the bot did just that. Great! Let's review the lesson. We use several kinds of activity cards to complete our sample project. For example, we use the desktop click card to click on various elements of the interface. We also use the wait for selector to appear card. It is very important since some of the applications take time to open their windows. We also use configurations variables since file path may change from one computer to another. Well, thank you for watching this video and come back for more lessons on Python RPA.